Hey, this is Teddy Burris, your LinkedIn coach and trainer, and I've got 10 tips that I put together. I put these together for my upcoming mastermind group. There's sort of a little bit of the content we're going to talk about in the mastermind group. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to share that with others as well because sort of like the satire that I put into this presentation, and thought, why not create a video and share it with others? These are the tips. They're just a few of the tips that we're going to talk about in the upcoming LinkedIn Mastermind group. So if you haven't gone and looked at linkedsalespro.com, I really encourage you to do it. If you have not had any real purposeful training on the best practices of using LinkedIn in your role for your organization, I really encourage you to check out linkedsalespro.com and let me know if you have any questions. So here we go. Let's get started. Idea number one. Make sure your contact information is accurate and up to date. There is nothing worse than having a phone number that doesn't work, an email address that doesn't work, or a website that doesn't work. This is just one area of contact information that we talk about in the mastermind group that can really help you make sure your LinkedIn profile is working for you. Number two. Second idea is to make sure you're not confusing your most important viewer or your target audience with the content you put in your LinkedIn profile. I see it all the time. I see hundreds of profiles every week that are very, very confusing because they want to have 3 positions on there. They want to talk about their past where it's totally irrelevant, and that's not appropriate. In our mastermind group, we'll help you work on building your profile so it's not confusing, because that is a total waste of space on the internet if it does nothing but confuse people. Here's number 3 idea. Stop connecting with all the wrong people for all the wrong reasons. Too often, people are wasting time connecting on LinkedIn. They're accepting every invite, sending invites out without any purpose and goal in mind. And that's a huge waste of time and a huge inappropriate way of building your LinkedIn network. In the mastermind group, we will talk about purpose and goal of inviting people, purpose and goal of accepting invites, so that you're getting the greatest value from your LinkedIn network. Here's my 4th idea. The purposeful sharing of content on LinkedIn. And too often, people on LinkedIn, they'll share content just to fill up the news feed, or they'll share content to get people to laugh, and they're not thinking about the intentional use of content to grow your brand, to grow your reputation, so that it can impact your business in a positive way. This is just another area of content on LinkedIn that we discuss in the mastermind group to help you get the greatest value from what you share on LinkedIn. Here's another huge mistake on LinkedIn. People get on there and they start scrolling through the news feed looking for something that excites them or interests them. They don't understand the power of following the right people, the power of hashtags, and the power of content search. Another area of content in the mastermind group that we talk about is how to find and follow the right content so that it has a positive impact on your newsfeed and a positive impact on your business. This is a big one. Too often people waste time thinking that being a liker, what I refer to as a serial liker, they think that creates value, and it really doesn't, at least not for you and for your business. So we talk about how to use the engagement on content in a meaningful way so that it does grow your business, build trust, and build respect between you and your network. Just another area of content that we talk about in the upcoming LinkedIn Mastermind group that can absolutely have a positive impact on you. This is another area of LinkedIn that really is a problem for most people. And that is, they don't understand what they're trying to achieve. They don't understand their purpose. They're on LinkedIn because someone told them they need to be on LinkedIn, and they're missing out on all the opportunities and all the potential because they don't understand why, and then they don't understand what, and they don't understand who their target audience is. They don't understand their keywords. There's lots of areas of LinkedIn that we will talk about in this upcoming mastermind group that can help you get the greatest value beyond just simply being on there. This is my 8th idea is the ability and maybe the purpose and intention of measuring. Most people don't understand how to measure results using their business tool. They don't understand their LinkedIn KPIs. They don't understand the importance of measuring the ultimate goal of whatever that is for you and in your business or your role. Maybe it's to build your book of business. Maybe it's to make a sale. But there's lots of other measurements along the way that we need to pay attention to so that we're getting value out of LinkedIn. This is another area of the mastermind group that we'll talk about, which is all about measuring our results. This is a huge problem on LinkedIn for lots of people. Lots of business professionals who want to create value, want to grow their business, but yet they want to remain somewhat anonymous. And whether or not it's their profile picture or the activities they're doing or the groups they're in or the people they're following, there's lots of areas of LinkedIn that you need to be thinking about. Am I being seen? And am I being seen in the way I want to be seen? And that's important. And so we talk about the power of being publicly present on social media in our upcoming mastermind group. Again, trying to help people to create value. This is an important area. Too often people think their LinkedIn profile needs to be exactly like their resume or exactly like their HR assigned title. And that's not necessarily appropriate. So we talk about the relationship between your HR assigned title and the words that are important to your most important viewer. And we also talk about the importance of brochures and branding yourself on LinkedIn, which too often most resumes do not do. Here's a bonus tip that we talk about a lot. And we talk about different ways of testing this and measuring that your LinkedIn profile is written appropriately. And that includes spelling and grammar. Too often people discount the value and the importance of spelling and grammar on their public brochure, their LinkedIn profile, and in their content and their comments. We'll talk about in their upcoming mastermind group the importance of making sure you're putting your best foot forward. In this mastermind group, our goal is to help people understand the power of a well-built LinkedIn profile and how to do that. The importance of a highly relevant LinkedIn network, and again, how to build that. We'll talk about the power of building your brand through your content and your engagement in lots of different ways when you're using LinkedIn. We'll talk about prospecting and search processes and save searches and lots of other areas of LinkedIn that you can use to create real value for yourself in your business or in your career. So if you have not looked yet, take a look at linkedsalespro.com and consider joining the mastermind group that starts up to the end of January 2020 so that you can start getting huge value out of LinkedIn this year and in years to come. I'm Teddy, your LinkedIn coach and trainer. Thank you for letting me share with you these ideas.